Hello, thank you for joining me. This is Anthony Cerna. Today's Sunday, July 29th, 2014, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Today's topic is knowing when to let go. It's come to my attention over the years that I've been transitioning, that to transition, to get to one area of your life, sometimes you have to let go of those areas. You don't have to let go of them permanently, but just understand to move forward. It took me a lot of development, and it's one of the hardest things that I've ever experienced in my own life. A lot of times I'm getting rid of or letting go of behaviors, of an attitude, of food I once enjoyed, family members, friends. These aren't things that I get rid of because I don't like them and I don't enjoy them. At least the thing, excuse me. Family and friends is much different than putting things in my mouth. But why I stepped away from some in my life, it's not that I detested them and I found something negative. I actually thought I wasn't doing the best I could for them, less able to serve them. And that's where I'm at right now with Hawaii. I came out here after, in one of my previous videos, you may have seen me helping a man who is suffering from hepatitis, complications with HIV, and many other illnesses and that complicate that. A very toxified liver. And I was there, helped whatever I could with, as much as I can with the Gerson therapy with reduced resources over in Thailand. That happened after I lost someone else. And every single person that comes to my life I consider a loss when they no longer are on this earth. I look at things a little differently between letting go, dying, and so forth. But yes, in what I've done, using my resources, I've taken all the money out of my accounts before when I got out of the military in November of 2009. And from there, I traveled to Thailand, helped some children out there at the Bandarets Children's Home. I was there for a number of months. I served as well as I could and taught yoga, provided what I could with what I had resources. I took all my stocks out, and then with the business that I was introduced to, I was able to actually come back to the United States, make somewhat of a living in life, and continue providing to the orphanage when I could, as well as Gerson Institute, Access Surf, and other nonprofit organizations in my travels and helping. So where I'm at right now is realizing that sometimes, and this is something I've learned already, sometimes you're going to be taking care of someone, helping someone, or just being in their lives. And understand that sometimes, not just sometimes, but often, we are going to associate a behavior, an illness, a disease, to who we are and the attention we get. One of the things I learned working with children with disabilities, including Access Surf and Shriners Hospital for Children, is that the child realizes that when I'm at home or when I'm healthy, or as healthy as I could be, I'm ignored, I'm neglected, the attention is not there. So as long as I'm sick, as long as I'm injured in some way, emotionally, who knows what it is, I'm getting attention, I'm getting kindness, I'm getting love, compassion, all these wonderful feelings, of course. So it's very difficult to remove. It's sad, it's heartbreaking to let go of that. And that also applies to someone who's, as an example, when I remember going to Eugene, Oregon, there was a man there with terminal lung cancer, and when I first got there, he looked horrible, in a very bad shape. Picked me up for the airport with his wife. I flew out there on my own funding, and when I was there, I almost didn't want to help because he looked so bad. I didn't want to put him through any more strain. He was doing marijuana and morphine because of the pain. He claimed it was 8 or 9 pain. That's how bad it was, in and out of the bed. And I reported that to the Institute. The Institute says you cannot perform the Gerson therapy as long as he's doing those substances. And I told him, we had a big argument, he didn't want to let go, and I said, well, I gotta go then, because I'm not going to serve you as best as I can. And through that argument and through that realization, I told him, listen, give about 3 days. If what we're doing together isn't serving you and I'm not serving you, I said, on top of that, I refuse to take any food substances, solid or liquid, and I'll continue doing what I do and work out. And that way you know for certain that I'm not here for myself. I'm not here for my ego. I'm not here for money. I'm here to prove something wrong, prove me wrong. If this therapy works, which in my years of practicing it, helping others, I've seen it work. I can't deny that. I've witnessed changes, curing diabetes, cancers, strokes, and many other things I've seen. So long story short, he followed my advice. 3 days later, I said, listen, I feel really bad for that argument. I feel bad if you're suffering. If you need to maybe take a little bit of the substances. And he had told me, no, I don't feel any more pain. And I was in shock. I was like, is that really true? he says, yeah, my pain's around 2 or 3. I was there for about 10 days. He started playing with his huskies, 2 big huskies. I couldn't get him to sit still. He went from a point of being terminally dead, I mean, in his bed, just waiting to die within a few weeks or maybe a month, into a child playing with his dogs and excited and couldn't stop talking. It's almost choking me up right now thinking about how I saw someone dying, let's say, or being killed, and there's someone alive. And that's when I started realizing in my life that, do we die or are we murdered? I mean, one of the things I noticed when I sat in a living room with him and many other people I've helped is that oftentimes family members or dear friends already kind of write them off, like, oh, he's already dying. I mean, they've got cancer, he's got issues. We can kind of let him go now. And it's so heartbreaking. It really is. Some people don't want to do the therapy, or their family members don't, even though the person suffering does. And oh, let him be, let him drink his alcohol, let him smoke, he's gonna die anyway. That's what we've been taught. I'm here to tell you that we have to let go of that thinking, and we also have to let go when someone really is just wants to do that, either because they, if you're spending resources on someone that really wants to suffer and die, and have their family members get that attention from their family members watching them suffer and die, let go of them. Let go. 'Cause it's happened to me. I've exhausted my resources financially, emotionally, mentally. I mean, I'm out here, I don't drink, I don't do anything, drugs, I don't date, and it's not like I feel a sacrifice because I enjoy serving, but sometimes I feel I've helped enough, and they just want to revert back to what got them sick again, and you just have to cut that off, because you're just hurting them, you're hurting yourself, and you're hurting the people that you could be helping, by neglecting them, by ignoring people that may really need you, because you're focused on that person. So with that, I want to say thank you very much. Open your heart, open some compassion inside you. Know that you can change the world. Know that we can change it together. Thank you very much.